5, the budget modification is approved.
Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is set to receive nearly $966,000 after the county approved the budget modification during Thursday morning's board meeting. Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell says with the funds, they can finally address their ongoing staffing crisis.
If our team, with limited resources, is focusing on the situation at hand, particularly the corrections division, other areas of the organization will fall behind with our hiring and recruiting and retention efforts.
According to a letter the sheriff wrote the board, the office has between 80 to 90 vacancies on a routine basis. She says not only has this led to MCSO employees doing mandatory overtime, but also lower staff morale, high turnover, and regular jail closures. It also doesn't help the inmates.
The impact it has on whether they have an opportunity to have visitation, because you need staff to staff that, whether they have the ability to have time with their attorneys, which is important for adults in custody and pretrial.
Some at the meeting emphasized this can't be the only solution.
If jails worked, we would be the safest country in the world, and we are not. While yes, we need to hire more correctional officers, another way to get at this is to reduce our jail population.
All board members approved the modification. The funding only covers the last half of the fiscal year, which ends in June. Sheriff O'Donnell says when the next budget cycle comes around, they will likely need to ask for an even greater amount.
We have continued to see a higher vacancy rate. So we have continued to not be able to keep pace. And so the longer that goes on, the more dire the crisis is and the more resource that it will take to ensure that we can start moving in a positive direction.
This comes as the sheriff's office recently announced jails were nearing capacity, lingering around the 90% mark last week. If they hit 95%, a forced release of eligible inmates would take effect.
If there's individuals that are in our custody that have holds from other jurisdictions, that we are moving those individuals proactively when there isn't available individuals that meet the criteria for emergency population release. If we are out of options, then limiting the charges acceptable for booking would potentially be another option that I may need to employ.
So for today, MCSO said that the jail use is at around 85% of capacity, but that number also changes on a day-to-day basis. The board also says that the sheriff's office will need to give periodic updates regarding recruitment efforts and other improvements as well. Back to you.
Yes.